the Catholic Protestant situation, I mean, there was this very funny video that the Winlows came up with. I don't know if you saw the video online, how that the lady was Pentecostal, but the guy was Catholic, and the guy was not into all the Pentecostal prayers and all the naming ceremonies, and the traditions of the Pentecostals. And the Pentecostal lady was very loud as well. She prayed very loudly. She would wake him up at night. So clearly they didn't have the same reference point for how they should serve their God. And so it was always going to cause division and rancor and disagreement in the home. I mean, even up until when they gave birth to their child, the lady said he or she was going to be named in her church. And the guy was insisting that never it would be named. My point is they constantly had issues. And so if you already can assess that this will be an issue, then address it at the point of courtship, at the point of relationship. And if you realize that it will continue to be an issue, there's no point going ahead. Trust me, one of the things that is very underrated in marriage is peace of mind. It is very, very underrated. You think you just liking someone's curves and, looks and his attractiveness is all that will sustain you in marriage. You need more peace than you think you need right now. You need far much more peace than you think you need. And one thing that will give you peace is aligned value system. There are some things that will not be arguments. There won't be conversations. Going to church will not be, no, I'm not going today. I don't feel like it. Conversations around, I'm not into that kind of thing around, let me come and see your pastor. When you already have those kind of conversations and you see the resistance from that partner, when it comes to submitting to people in authority, they have this strong opinion against it. That will create a lot of issues because you guys might have a disagreement in your relationship further down the line in your marriage, and he or she will refuse to go and see a pastor simply because they don't like the idea of it. And then things can really, really, devolve into some more difficult situations from there. So my point is, don't deceive yourself. Once you see those flags, when you see those issues, those tendencies raising their ugly heads, address them head on and ensure that there's a resolution, a clear resolution. And if you're not able to arrive at a resolution, make a decision whether to continue or not. Because if you continue, then embrace everything you see in that marriage and don't blame anybody else for it. Okay? Because those things hardly ever manifest for the first time in marriage. Most often than not, they would have raised their ugly heads somewhere before the marriage. God is very merciful. He will show you signs. So that by the time you get there, you will be solely responsible for everything you experience in there. So if you are not aligned on on value systems and on principles, it is best to just avoid that relationship altogether and not go further than, brother in the Lord.